Hello, it's Griff, and I'm here next to this awesome oak tree. How you guys doing? I'm doing a live. I'm testing this live out because I'm using Starlink. I'm on a Starlink system right now. I'm checking out to see if this works because it seems like when I make a live video using satellites that my voice and the picture don't line up after the live. So if you guys could let me know, and that would be much appreciated. So, how many of you have Irish ancestry? I do. I have lots of Irish ancestry. I'm mostly Irish. But Irish and oaks have a lot in common. A lot in common. But we have an unfortunate history in common. So those of you who are American Irish, chances are your family came here during the potato famine. And the potato famine was caused by a water mold called Oomycetes phytophthora. So it's water molds are Oomycetes. It was called Phytophthora infestans. And today in California, we're dealing with another horrible Phytophthora, and that's Phytophthora ramorans, I think it's pronounced. And it's causing sudden oak death. It doesn't kill all oak trees. It kills like black oaks and a live oak, one of the live oaks, and a couple other oaks, but doesn't kill valley oaks and blue oaks or Oregon white oaks. But still, this is a black oak. So this is one that does get sudden oak death, and you can tell it's got that classic oak leaf shape, and it's got the little spines at the end. And if it just had rounded lobes, then it'd be Oregon white oak, and that's 2 of the 3 oak trees we have around my house. So California is oakalicious, and you know that people have been living off acorns in California for thousands and thousands of years, and in Ireland too, they ate acorns. So anyways, the best way to combat this invasive species called Phytophthora ramorans, which came in a nursery pots, man, and nursery plants from Asia and Europe and Africa have caused so many horrible infestations. Think about the oak blight and the ash borer and the Japanese beetle. These things have come over with nursery plants, as well as several of our invasive plants like English ivy and stuff like that, and Scotch broom and French broom. So, gosh, if we could just get a control over the nursery industry, why is money more important than ecology? Come on, folks. And a lot of invasive species are destroying our economy, too, and costing hundreds of millions of dollars a year. So I just don't even understand how come they're not, like, more heavily regulated. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys are anti-regulation, but when there's 7.5 billion of us on the planet, you're asking for regulation. If there was only like 100 million, we wouldn't have such a terrible effect. But there's so many of us. California's got twice as many people now as when I was born. So it's time to think about regulations, folks. I'm sorry. Okay? I know that sucks. But if you invite 50 people over your house, you would have some rules, because someone would probably do something gross in your bathroom or something like that, or drugs or something terrible, and you'd have to start making rules. And that's what regulations are. They're ways to, like, common ways of acting. And so we need to get together and regulate what comes into our country, because some of it could be invasive species, you know, like Phytophthora, which is causing sudden oak death. And sudden oak death kills tan oaks too, which aren't a true oak, but they're the most important wildlife food in the forest, because they provide acorns in the forest. Tan oaks do, because they're shade tolerant. But out here, we used to have a lot of acorn bearing trees, oak trees, and we're starting to bring them back with some restoration. But we need your help. Plant the oak trees that are native to your areas, folks. Okay, it's the most important tree you can plant if you have them native to your area. If you live in California, go to calscape.org and put in your zip code and find out what oak trees are native, and then go out in the fall and collect the acorns, okay, and plant them. And you're like, but oak trees grow too slow. They only grow slow their first couple years because they invest in their roots first, and then they'll grow fast. So you just got to be patient for the first couple years. And oak trees start benefiting the environment immediately, even when they only have 2 leaves, because over 500 species of insects use oak trees to lay their eggs on. So if you think about the concept of monarchs and milkweeds, okay, monarchs have to have milkweeds to lay their eggs. There's a lot of plants and butterflies that have that association, and oak trees are the kings of it. They are queens of it, however you want to look at it. Both, I guess, since they're both king royalty of it, because so many insects lay their eggs, and so there's so many caterpillars on them. And you can look at an oak tree closely, and this oak tree's got tons of examples of all kinds of different insects on them, and that's so important for wildlife. We've lost, and I told you that we've got twice as many people in California since I was born. We have half as many birds, almost like 47% less birds in California. And part of that is because, you know, there's lots of reasons: development, pesticides, blah, 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 blah. But you can plant native plants. Go to calscape.org, plant native plants, especially oak trees, because they support songbirds better than any other plant, because there's so many caterpillars on them. And that's what birds are feeding their babies, except for hawks and seabirds. But 96% of our birds are feeding their young insects, okay? And if you don't live in California, you can still plant oaks. Go to Native Plant Finder, put in your zip code, and you can plant the oak trees are native to your area. Make sure they're native to your immediate area. That's the best oaks to plant, okay? Because they have adapted or evolved, however you want to look at it, with the local insects. So that's my spiel. And if you want to help me, follow me, share my videos, and tell me, if you watch this video not live, but you watch it after the fact, does the audio and the vocals sync up? Because I'm on satellite, so I need to know if I should keep making lives here or not. Let me see if any of you commented so far. No, oh my goodness. It's probably because I'm doing this in the middle of the day. It's not a good video time. But thank you for following me. Any money that you guys donate to me, anything you donate to me is going to go to conservation. It's automatically going to go to conservation. I am trying to do as much environmental education as possible. It's my day job. I'm a natural and cultural resource interpreter for state parks. So I'm doing that during the day. After work, I'm coming home and I'm doing conservation because I am concerned about the biological biodiversity crisis, but also I've just loved nature all my life. It heals me being outside. I think it will heal you. Helping the environment helps me. I think it will help you. I want to teach you how to do it. So follow me, participate. Let me know if you have any questions, ideas for videos, and I will be here more often in the future. All right, I'll talk to y'all later.